number 7, Chris Hipkins.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment. Is he satisfied with the oversight he and his officials have of spending on tertiary education programs?
The Honourable Stephen
thank you, Mr
Joyce.
Speaker, and congratulations to the member. Well, it's important.
Order, just answer the question.
Mr Speaker, overall, yes, there is always room to do more, but there has been a small number of providers out of the 730 funded each year who have not been meeting their funding obligations. And when that occurs, the TEC does and will take the appropriate steps to recover any funding shortfall. It's certainly better now than in the bad old days when it was all about getting enrolments in the door and not worrying about what happened once they were in there.
Hold that thought. Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, what action did he or his officials take when they became aware that Quantum Education Group reported a 91% completion rate in 2012, despite over 1,500 of the 3,700 students who received student loans to study at Quantum that year dropped out, making their true completion rate more like 47%?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, my understanding is the member's characterisation of that may not be correct, but nevertheless, in answer to his question, the agencies are conducting some inquiries into that matter. In fact, not just the tertiary agencies, but also, I understand, the FMA.
Supplementary question. Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Why is he satisfied that he has adequate oversight of spending in tertiary education when Quantum Education Group received student loan fee payments from over 3,600 students in 2013, while the TEC only records enrolments for half that number?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, I just repeat the answer that I gave to the previous question.
Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Point of order. No, I think on this you've got to do better than that. The question's quite a different question. It requires, it may be a similar answer, but it requires an answer.
Well, as I said, Mr Speaker, those matters that the member refers to, I'm not sure that he's characterising them correctly, but in any event, they are under investigation by the relevant agencies, including the FMA.
Supplementary question, Mr
Supplementary question. Order. Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
Why does he believe it's acceptable for a tertiary institution to enrol and receive student loan tuition fee payments from thousands of students, only to have half of them drop out within a month of the course starting before they were even counted for TEC enrolment purposes?
The Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, nobody is saying it's acceptable. Nobody is saying that.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Chris Hipkins.
If it isn't acceptable, why did he continue to allow it to happen for at least 3 years, from 2012, 2013 and 2014?
The Honourable Stephen
Well, the member's
Joyce.
incorrect. I did not allow it to happen at all. There is 730 institutions that are funded in this country. They're required to follow funding rules. If they don't follow the funding rules, they will be taken into account by the TEC. As the member may have learnt in recent weeks and months, he's seen a couple of high-profile examples of institutions that have either gone out of business or, in fact, had to repay large amounts of money because they broke those funding rules.
Question,
No, not at all.
question number 8, Jamie Lee Ross.
Mr Speaker,